Relax down into a comfortable chair, sofa, or bed. Let your body and muscles begin to sink down into the cushions. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. At this time, take your awareness within. Notice the foggy patches of light that may appear in front of your mind's eye, and as each one appears, move into it with your internal focus. Let your breath and focus on these areas of whitish or bluish or purplish patches of fog move you down toward a more drowsy state. Today we will do the inner work to remove your anxiety so that each day you will move, think, and operate clearly and without worry or stress. Upon leaving these things behind, you'll become more effective and carefree, more attuned to your inner strength and creative flow. As such, your life and relationships will flourish naturally. As we move forward, you will discard delusions of fear and will be left with the realization that all is well in your world. The monolith of resilience and strength of your true inner presence will come forth, unshakable by any outside circumstance. So start to breathe and become entrained with each inhalation and exhalation. Feel each breath enter and exit the body naturally. Let your breaths clear the cobwebs of your mind. You may know there are two competing networks of the brain: the medial prefrontal cortex, which is much about rumination and self-judgment, while the lateral prefrontal cortex network is exercised when focusing on body sensations. When one of the networks is active, the other one subsides. They have an inverse effect on each other. As you focus on how each and every breath feels, it turns down the rumination part of your mind, quieting it, returning your mind, body, and soul to a more peaceful and restful state. Notice the in-breath and now the out-breath. This core principle of mindfulness will serve you well. You may want to visit this simple practice multiple times throughout each day for a lovely reset and recharge. And as you focus on each breath, how it feels as it enters and exits the nose, or how your chest feels with each rise and fall of your breath, I'd like to invite you to relax your shoulders. Let them drop and feel your neck muscles go looser. Possibly waggle your chin to and fro in a circle 8 fashion, like a bobblehead, to signal your whole body that it is time to ease down into sweet repose. Now, mentally, tell your eyelids to relax and flatten out. Feel the corners ease and smooth out. Let your jaw and cheeks go slack and soft. Tell your scalp and temples to relax. All tension is draining away like a brook flowing down a hillside. Now tell all body parts to drain any last stresses of the world down that flowing brook. In your mind, repeat the word relax. Relax. Now, mentally, suggest to your arms and legs to go limp. Breathe in, and on the exhale, let everything go limper as they go heavy and rest deeper into the cushions on which you are reclined. You feel a lovely sense of tranquil bliss. Let that warm sense of tranquility move throughout your whole body. Let that good feeling circulate. And as you do, you may notice that the more relaxed you become, the better it feels. Notice the warmth and loveliness move into your feet, relaxing each and every muscle and tendon. And though you are growing quite relaxed, at complete ease, and possibly a bit drowsy, you are still able to focus on and follow my voice. Your deeper mind follows my voice with your creative imagination engaged, as you know this is a journey for subconscious upgrade. The outcome of peace and serenity will be of great benefit to you. And as you follow my voice, you remember that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, which just means you are always, always in control. With imagination fully engaged now, you are now stepping into a glass elevator. The elevator has beautiful crystal beveled edges and colorful stained glass on each side. As you step into the elevator, ready to take your journey to peace and serenity, face the back of the elevator, which has the clear glass wall, so you can view the scenery. And as we will descend 10 levels, you will notice with each level you become exponentially more drowsy. And the drowsier and closer you get to sleep, the more relaxed and great you feel. So you let the tug of sleep drift you down as we go deeper into the subconscious mind, where you will make the upgrades you came to make. So you now see 10 light up on the glass wall in a sky blue color, and as it does, the elevator moves down slowly, carrying your sleepy body down to a beautiful, restful state. As you gaze out the clear wall, you see sand dunes, perhaps the Great Sahara. The winds shift the sand about. You even see a time-lapse show of the dunes through days and nights and days and nights. And notice the dunes shift around over time. Ultimately, though, the sands shift and the clouds shift and the sky goes from daylight to dark, day after day. But you notice that the desert, in essence, really remains unchanged. Make a mental note. It is as your world. Outside circumstances, always shifting and transitioning, but the core you remains the same. Watch the shifting sands now. Watch the clouds of the desert know this can always be a symbol of the resilient you in an ever-changing world. Then the elevator begins to move down, down and down, and you see clouds, nothing but clouds blow by. Then 9 lights up blue on the glass, and you feel sleepier, and then 8, and even more drowsy. The elevator stops, and you see it as the ocean. Dreamily, you look at the sky, which has the occasional bird fly by, and the occasional cloud shift form and place in the sky. I invite you now to notice the changes happening in the sky and ocean scene in front of you. The waves come in and go out. Some white cap a little, then subside. The occasional fish does a flip in the distance. You sleepily witness the time lapse of this gorgeous ocean, from days to nights, from shifting weather patterns of all sort, possibly stormy, then to sunny with rainbows, and then mild, calm waters. But I invite you to notice, ultimately, at the end of the day, even though the scene has changed and external circumstances have shifted and transitioned many times, the ocean still remains virtually unchanged. Perhaps mentally, make a note that every time you feel stress coming on, to remember this ocean, the resilient you in an ever-changing world. The elevator begins to move down now, slowly down, as you drift closer to sleep with each level, more and more relaxed. And now you see 7 light up, and clouds go by, nothing but soft, billowy clouds. And now 6 lights up. It lights up blue as you are feeling more and more in a dreamlike state. Then 5 lights up, and you stand as though in a sleepwalk state in front of the glass. And as the clouds clear, you see all manner of animals and wildlife frolicking in possibly the outback of Australia, or possibly it is a wide open plain of Africa. Let your imagination place your favorite animals about in this scene. Might it have graceful giraffes, grazing deer, does, possibly elk, furry panda bears sitting, enjoying their bamboo, possibly prefer domestic animals and add some cuddly puppies or kittens, some turtles, or a pond of graceful koi fish. Dot your scene with colorful butterflies or birds of various types, if you like. As you paint your picture of the domestic animals and wildlife, you see it vividly in front of you, moving and transitioning. The animals doing what they do in nature. You may notice they seem to rest in the hand of the universe. No worries. The seasons come and go. Everything they need is provided. Knowing you are a part of nature, you feel a deep sense of connectedness to nature and the scene in front of you. And perhaps you might feel a knowingness to rest in the flow of the planet, as does the furry and feathered friends, the animals and the species of all types imprint on your mind as a symbol of the resilient you in an ever-changing world. Descending down now and watching clouds pass, fluffy, dreamy clouds pass before the glass. And you go down and descend deeper into your sleepy subconscious, and the number 4, and then 3, and then 2 lights up. Now moving down slowly and stopping, you see 1 light up, and the glass doors of the elevator open, revealing a majestic scene, a path leading up to an enchanted forest, and each side of the forest is flanked by enormous and brilliantly gorgeous waterfalls. You step out of the elevator and onto the path, and dreamily, in your flannel PJs and cushy slippers, pad softly in your mind toward the beautiful forest. As you walk and hear the crunch of each slippered footstep along the dirt path, you draw near to the entrance of the forest. The gorgeous waterfalls spill and splash down on either side of you, foaming and churning up liquid, positive energy, raising healthy, negative ions up into the air, falling damp on your cheeks. How do the waterfalls make you feel? Possibly a bit invigorated, refreshed, maybe more alive, perhaps. You may even feel a tingle well up inside you. This effervescence makes you feel lighter and lighter, filled with life-giving, positive, glowing energy and refreshed hope as you float dreamily toward the tall trees. Breathe in the fresh, evergreen pines now, intermixed perhaps with cedars or redwoods, intermingled with the fresh, cool waterfall air. As you move through the forest entrance, notice that the large, prolific trees form an arbor-like pathway of sorts. The tall trunks yield long branches that crisscross over the path, like the tall arches in a cathedral. This is your forest, so feel free to place flora and fauna around where you'd like. Maybe large green ferns, violas or hostas along the path. You might see sunlight streaming through the trees, lighting the path, or lightning bugs twinkling in the distance. It may contain the occasional cute cottage, whatever you fancy. Walking down the path, hearing each footstep crunch under your slippers, you hear my voice, nothing but my voice, You may even adopt it as a surrogate for your internal voice, or you may feel the urge to repeat the positive affirmations you hear from me as we move along the path toward the light that grows brighter and larger as we move toward it, there at the end of the tunnel of trees. As you center yourself and align yourself with your observer within, follow my voice. I am refreshed and renewed in each new moment. The past is gone. I prefer to live present in the now. Stress is only caused by thoughts, and I clear thoughts at any time with a focus on my breath. I am as strong and resilient as these redwoods around me. The world transitions before me, but the observer within me stays unchanged. I am teeming with hopeful, effervescent energy, like the life-giving waterfalls. I am fluid like the water, flowing with creative intelligence. I flow with change. Each day I get stronger and more resilient. I remain a placid lake of calm in a transitioning world. I accept change as a given and flow with it. I use my breath to turn down the internal voice of rumination. I am mindful. I recognize my feelings as a gauge of when to turn my focus to my breath work. I enjoy being positive and centered. This is my true nature. Multiple times each day, I close my eyes, focus on my breath, and meditate to rebalance and recenter. I mind my thoughts and change focus if the thoughts do not serve me. I appreciate change as the contrast and diversity of experience I came for. My eyes seek out beauty and abundance in the world. There is opportunity all around me in this abundant universe, always. I am present and aware. I am worthy of all good things. And as we finish the affirmations, I invite you to notice you've come to the light at the end of the tree-lined pathway. It is a clearing, a beautiful valley with a garden spot of fertile land tilled up right in the center. Meander over to it. Put your hands in the pockets of your flannel pajamas and notice there's many seeds. This is a garden plot in your fertile subconscious. Take all the seeds in both pockets and sprinkle them around. These are seeds of resilience. They will begin to grow up immediately into tall, majestic redwoods. As soon as they hit the dirt, they will grow larger and stronger every day and night. Every day and every night of your life, they will grow stronger. Reach back into your pockets now. You feel both pockets are full of seeds again. These are the seeds of positive focus. They will spring up in your own enchanted forest as beautiful evergreen ferns and flowers. These will train your eyes to look for and see the beauty and opportunity that is all around you in the world. As you finish sprinkling the seeds down the last row, turn to your own enchanted forest, growing in front of you tall and strong into the sunny sky. Notice now fawns, rabbits, squirrels begin wandering into this magical space. Butterflies and birds flutter in here and there, and a babbling brook appears just to the right of you in your fertile forest. These beautiful creatures are your reminders to go with the season. Watch them and feel a deep sense of peace in your heart. Your brook is here to remind you to go with the flow, with what is, as you feel a connection to all in nature and all that is here. You will feel the peace that comes from this space and your true nature. Stand back and admire your fertile forest garden, and know these attributes have been planted in the rich recesses of your mind. The fruits from this effort will always be with you. The strength and endurance of your redwoods, the evergreen ability to look for and see beauty and abundance all around you, and the resilience and acceptance you inherit from nature. And you will also never forget your constant ability to flow like a river with the ever-changing landscape of your life. These are positive, beautiful symbols planted forever in your mind that represent the resilient you in an ever-changing world. These things will continue to grow within you strong and prolific. You can come here anytime to revisit and refresh. But for now, if you want to drop off into sleep, a deep and restful slumber, you can do that now. Or if you need to get up and get about your day, follow my count backwards from 5 to 1 right now. 5, you are beginning to become more conscious of your body sensations. Possibly stretch your legs and arms. 4, roll your shoulders and wiggle your toes. 3 and 2, you are coming fully awake now. And 1, you can now get up and go about your normal day, fully conscious and refreshed. Namaste.